Stop. Rebuild. Rebuild the world. It's time to start to rebuild. Rebuild the world. The best, Mumu. The best. Water. Wash tea. Ma. This morning when I awoke, I was thinking about all the things I need to do to rebuild this house. And then there's that still small voice. Rebuild. Rebuild the world. Seriously, I believe in this project. What better place than right here in the high Atlas Mountains of Morocco to do it? And that among Muslims. Bismillah. Bismillah.
Bismillah. Bismillah.
Wow. Oh. He got me. You might be asking, what was that? The Bujlud, half man, half beast. Like me, a stranger among Muslims. This beast, it comes down from the mountains and the mythic forests of the imagination of the Tamazight people, are being told to go. The men say no more. They're un-Islamic. Why is the Bujlud considered haram, something forbidden?
Forbidden because it scares the children. When you got that
Yes, the children. Nature, instinct, it's still there. They've still got it. My question is, what happens as we become adults? What happens as we repress our instincts, which is to say the beast within?
it's fun. It's like having fun, but you should put some, some laws not to be scary.
Well, that's part of the fun of it, is that he's scary.
He's scary, yeah.
My feeling is if we try to tame the beast, we end up creating a monster. Take Islamic State, for instance. An uncle of mine recently wrote, and he said, you have a great opportunity living among Muslims. He said with his terrorist group, ISIL, presuming to call itself Islamic State, many people are becoming afraid to visit Muslim countries. And I feel that here in this Islamic kingdom, what a better place than this to counter what ISIL is doing, breaking through boundaries, irrespective of human rights, let alone human life. And explore instead what it means to open boundaries. So I propose to begin an Interfaith Council of Nations. Asgoer, name of this village, means to sit down and talk in the Tamazight language. And I think what better a place to discuss such issues as we must deal with in our time. And yes, to counter those for whom there is no talking, only war. In the West, many times I think it's a war of words. But as we disagree here in the village, as it goes anywhere, even about the bourgeois, respect is the rule. And so, I think, what better a place than Asgoer? So, why not here?
Here with the Berber people and the Arabs, and then along with the European visitors and visitors from elsewhere in Africa. I mean, it's kind of a hub of where a lot of people come to gather.
I think Morocco would be an ideal place just because of the dialogues you can have here. The people here are very accepting.
Kane. So yes, the people here accept the foreigner in their midst. Salam. Yeah, one thing comes down, another comes down. You were just hearing from Ali, neighbor of mine. The house had begun to come down about the time other houses were collapsing around it for the storm in December. He, along with others of the villagers, came running up. And they were checking on the house, but also to see if I was still around. Ali over here on the street side, and I'm over here as the dust is clearing in the doorway. And he's saying, watch for yourself, take care, get out. Come over here, Aji. But what am I doing in the midst of this disaster, where 3 floors of the house had just collapsed into a crater inches in front of my face? I'm standing there with my camera in hand, filming the reactions of the villagers to the collapsing of my house. The foreigner. Film Zween, Hollywood. Did I say that? Today, I've got some rebuilding to do. Yesterday, Muhammad came by. He's a plumber here in the village. He helped me to restore the water main.
Nice meeting Muhammad.
Huwa dear Kadama, and I'm doing a little bit of work of my own over here, help laying some block. And now, I've got another helper, Fatim. Fatim. Musa'adat, thank you for your help. Shukran. Walakin, dear Hedda. As I work on rebuilding this wall, I look after each stone, its color, the texture. I want to make sure it's strong and that it fits into its place. In a way, I think that rebuilding this wall, it's a lot like rewriting history. Oh! When I'm done working on rebuilding the house and fighting off the bourgeois, I go down to the river. There, I sit back, relax, get my feet wet. Maybe read a book. Today it's nature. Returning from the river, I work some on this sign. Not exactly sure where it's coming from. But I sit in a cafe and I try to make sense of it. Wahed, one, fi cool. One and all. That I believe is one day going to become a sign for many. Do something with my time. If I'm not growling. The bourgeois is here. A couple of feet outside my door. The crater is descending dangerously into the foundations. When people for adversity find themselves looking out over the ruins of their lives, it's a time that we have to, I think, descend dangerously, perhaps into the very pit of our being, to see what's really still there. What have we yet of value? My life has been all about trying to rebuild, even as I've tried to begin rebuilding a house, which, if you think about it, is a lot like rebuilding the world. And though we may stand on the edge of a dangerous epoch for which it seems chaos is becoming the rule, I don't think it's the end. Because I believe so long as we're still talking and listening to one another, attending to our instincts, together, we are at the beginning of history. And that together, we can rebuild the world. Should you wish to contribute to this project, and your vision is much like mine, to begin an Interfaith Council of Nations. Here, there is a need to discuss the religious undercurrents that lie just beneath the politics in our time, with an eye towards real solutions. So then, let's start.